Boys. Welcome to the 3 Box. This is the second edition of the coronavirus. I'm here with Darius.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, I know this is live. I'm struggling, boys. But we're still here. I'm still here. I'm still alive. No COVID.
I'm here with Eric.
Kaiser Soze, Tiger King.
Tiger King.
King. There's a new one.
Tiger King.
What's a Tiger King? Is that
Tiger King's pretty good. It's on Netflix. I don't want to watch it, but I've heard a lot of fucked up shit about it.
Oh, Tiger King. I thought it was a supplement. I thought it was Charlie Sheen, Tiger King, or Tiger Blood, or whatever.
Eric, can you turn up your volume?
Okay, yeah, cool. I thought it was up already. Give me a second.
Everything's up. I can hear Eric loud and clear.
I can't hear
Yeah,
him.
it's so good. Yeah. The volume's up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eric looked like a pilot.
Man, I just found out that there's such a thing as fecal transplants. Did you
Yes.
ever hear about that?
Yeah, we just talked about that.
Yeah, that's some fucked up shit. That's
The-
some sterilized shit going inside your gut, so that way your gut biome's good.
Yeah.
Think about that for 1 second.
Yeah.
Somebody's
Did
gonna take a shit, then you're gonna take it in your mouth. And have shit inside.
No, that's not how you
No,
do
not
it.
that.
It's you
It's
get
in your
no.
This guy's getting crazy.
They
No,
transplanted it. They put it right into your gut. You don't swallow it.
Okay, I stand corrected. Somebody transplants shit inside your gut.
But you know,
So
Eric, if you want to make extra money, you get paid $50 a shit if you got a healthy gut.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
There's one in
But
5
do you
Dock.
have a healthy gut?
There's one in 5 Dock. The digestive center in 5 Dock.
The colonics.
No, digestive. I'm not sure, but they pay you $50 up to $250 a week worth of shit.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Hey.
If you have a healthy gut.
Look at Darius's face. He's just like, I'm gonna hustle that shit.
You're just like,
But you gotta have a good gut.
I'm just gonna
By the way, have any of you guys done colonics before?
Nah.
I backed out. I
Oh,
supposed to
you
go-
literally backed up?
Yeah, I
Have
backed out.
have you guys done your prostate?
Not yet.
Not yet. It's supposed to be done.
Finger up your bum. Finger up your bum.
Eric, every time I'm gonna ask again. Have you been taking some stuff or what?
Nah, man, I wish I did.
It's just getting crazy. This guy's getting crazy, cooked up inside.
I did.
He has a way. He's gonna be cooked out inside. So,
Ah,
oh man, Eric's getting crazy.
fecal transplant. Where did you find fecal transplant? How did you come across fecal transplant?
I've been doing a bit of research, and I also heard it, I think, through Joe Rogan's podcast. They were talking about, it was through Michael Osterman, and he was talking about the corona. And they were going on about how antibiotics destroy your gut biome.
Yeah.
And apparently the best way to kind of sort that out is through fecal transplants.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, whoa. For real?
It's like
yeah.
Fecal.
in Australia, I think it's they say 10 treatments is a good base, but it costs you $700 per treatment.
Well, I just do fecal transplant.
Yeah.
That means you
What
gotta
would I
have
pay
good shit.
Why would I have why would I pay for $700 to put another person's shit on my body?
Because your gut's really bad. Like
Got
your
bio
Dude.
get there.
I'm just gonna eat papaya.
how about your
Each
Colt?
day, papaya.
Does your Colt fix it?
They say they do.
Yeah.
Which one?
Your Colt.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool.
Oh, you're cool. Yeah. Okay.
You know when we were kids and you had Yakult, right? You know when you're a kid and you fucking have Yakult in the Philippines. You know how fucking small that shit is, and then you're just like go. When I fucking turned into an adult and I grabbed that Yakult, I'm just like fuck this shit, fucking drink all that shit because one is not because it's that fucking small. It's so fucking small. I can't believe that you fucking made that shit. It's so small.
There's
It's
a reason why it's that small.
But it's so fucking good. Like you can't make a fucking small shit like that and just fucking drink one. It's not enough.
Blame the Japanese brothers. Blame the Japanese. Dr. Shirada. He's the one who that invented it.
Yeah,
The Shirada strain.
All right,
Just wanted
Darius.
to make sure.
Darius, what's on your mind? You were looking up something.
Yeah, because Eric was in the last 1 week since Monday, I'm trying to finish the trilogy of Star Wars, the new ones. So the Force Awakens, the what was it? The the Rise of Skywalker. But there's another meet of before the Rise of Skywalker. Just a scenario. I
Yes.
think the first Terminator.
Hang on,
Was
you
it-
went. Hang on.
Yeah, no,
You're
listen up.
then
Okay.
you're Terminator. Okay, go.
Okay. Luke Skywalker was the first Terminator. Why? Because I just realized, I said, when he did this, I goes with his hand. Remember, his hand got cut off by his father, by Darth Vader. They replaced by a freaking robotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen Star Wars?
Yeah.
Eh.
You're
So
talking
so when he did that, I go, man, he is a Terminator. He is a Terminator because he had the hand, the robotic hand. Now go out. So that was my one. I go. So the Awaken E. Have you seen it?
Of course.
So I haven't literally. It took me 3 days to finish the Awaken because I keep repeating. So I told you guys when I watch a movie, I was like, oh shit, this is too boring. I'll sleep again. This is too boring. So Finn.
A lot of nerds are gonna kill you, Darius, for what you just said.
No. Finn or FN, someone 200, whatever you want to call it. You know the Finn from the Star Troopers
Yeah,
who became
yeah.
a good guy.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a chick. If you think about it, he's a fucking playboy. Dude, he's a chick magnet. Dude, if you can see it, how he plays it, man. Oh, he was like chasing Ray. Then he got Rose. Man, then it's just like, fuck. This guy can literally a chick magnet. Far out. I was looking at. Then think about it. Ray, Finn, and who was the pilot? Paul something. Dude, they can have a threesome because they had this connection, right? Fuck me. Then I go, and I said, man, this is shit. I'm watching literally a fucking storyline of sex shit going on in here, right? Then you know who's the OG Lando picked up a young black chick on the last part. Remember
You're gonna.
the story
So many
trooper?
nerds are gonna kill you, Darius, for what you said.
Lando, this was Lando on the last part. He goes, where's your world? So he said something, let's say, from another galaxy. When she asked the girl, where's your world? I don't know. Let's find it out. I go, what a snaky guy. What a picked up line. It's so easy. Man. So when that part when how about fucking what's his name? I'm not good. I'm not nerdy. I told you, but I pick up all this signal. I go, this is a one hell shit.
Man, you know what? I love hearing it from a different perspective. I love hearing it from Darius' perspective because, I've only heard it from someone that's really into Star Wars, right? And they like.
I'm not into Star
Yeah,
Wars.
that's right.
but-
That's why it's so interesting to hear what you're saying.
but this guy, Mr. Finn, is a promiscuous guy. If you literally take out the story, this guy will be banging around every single girl in there. All right, and I go, damn. Then Ray from Awaken to the next one, she packed on Ray. I go,
Darius,
this girl's been lifting.
Darius,
She's lifting hard.
Darius, this is the new thing now. You're gonna start
There's-
watching nerdy films, and I want to get your interpretation of how you.
Oh my
I
god.
want to hear
Yeah,
it.
that's-
Whatever you created, you're
I
creating. a
love this.
monster.
I love this.
So when Ray went to find out where Luke Skywalker, when he did this, I picked it up straight away. I go, man, he is the Terminator because he's doing this. I go, Then also I was thinking, how this guy jack off? He's gonna scrape it off.
Who made Star Wars? Lucas.
George
Lucas.
Lucas.
Yeah, but the director of the last three, it was J.J. Abrams.
That's
so-
right.
That's right.
So,
That's
see,
right.
but a lot of cameos. So when you pick it up, there's a lot of cameos. But once again, I'm gonna give a heads up to Finn, man. This guy's a chick magnet, a promiscuous guy.
What was his
Man.
name? George Lucas.
George Lucas. How come you're searching George Lucas?
I want to know where he got his inspiration from.
I'll tell you where.
Oh, okay.
Japanese
yeah.
movies.
Oh, really?
Japanese. Yeah.
Oh, so there's a lot of movies that are I just watched Alternate Carbon.
Nah,
Yeah.
stop.
Uh.
You guys suck.
Why?
You suck. All about it. You suck.
Why?
Wasted my freaking first. Again, I wasted my an hour on that shit.
Why? Why? Let me
I
know.
go,
Why?
I go. Last week you were telling me watch that carbon shit.
Yeah.
Right? I said I watched it. Are you kidding me?
Why?
It's so
What?
boring.
Why?
Fucking boring.
But what part was boring?
He can't follow the whole factual scientific
Man, don't you
aspect.
find it interesting?
You know, the Chinese guy was from the Street Fighter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go. Then I don't know.
Yeah, so he died, right? And he got put in prison.
He got reincarnated, or went to the jail or something.
Yeah, that's
He woke
right.
up there. Then I said, "Stuff this."
That's what's so interesting about you got to watch once you're about 4 episodes in, you start figuring shit out and you think about the possibilities that could happen. You could remove your stack, go into another sleeve, and then become a whole different person. But you're the same person, but with the abilities of someone else. So even if your brain, haven't you ever thought? Wait, Darius, wait. Wait, haven't you expect when your brain thinks they can do a certain thing, but your body is limited, and then now you're not limited by anything now. Your brain can go into another human being or another body, right, and then be able to do it and not be limited by the physical.
They're doing that right now through AI, taking out your fear. So
no, but oh no, you can't do that yet.
Not yet.
Well, they're doing it. They're doing a lot of experiments.
We are so far away from that, Darius, because the actual consciousness.
Once again,
it's so far.
Find me another.
You've got to watch. You got to watch 3 episodes in, 4 episodes in, and then you see the possibilities. The reason why I watched it wasn't because of the acting or anything. It's just the what could the director come up with the possibilities that he's created, the world that he's created in that alternate carbon is man. That's why I came up when I said AI. I want everyone to look like an AI. I don't want it to look human because I'm scared of that alternate carbon world. It's a world that's
I pass on this one.
Oh man, you just
no,
it's so intriguing.
Dude, it'll take me one session. It'll take me fucking 1 week to watch one.
Darius, where you going? We got 6 months of this shit. Where you going?
Well, I don't like watching shit. That's the reason why. You think I can't sit for an hour? It took me 3 days to finish one movie.
So what are you gonna do as this progresses? Because this is not gonna change.
Every day, I reckon, Darius, you do that Deepak Chopra thing, 7 minutes per day. At the end of it, 110%, your jiu-jitsu after 6 months will be through the roof because you'll be able to meditate for an hour, 100%, and then you become the new one, Deepak Chopra. And then you'll have your own man.
Because of that meditation this morning, and he was saying, open your minds and all this. That. Then I said, after that, I'm gonna go for 21K. Then suddenly, that's why I was calling you, dude. Give me another 30 more minutes. I'm struggling. I was I wanted to ring up for an Uber. Check it out. This Uber around.
Oh.
So have you guys checked out Blacklist?
Yeah.
Nah, that's all.
I picked it up. I started from the beginning. That is a good fucking show, man.
It is.
That is.
It gets a bit I'll let you decide, but at the end of it, towards the end, you're sort of anyway. I'll let you watch it.
Go rewatch it again, and it'll never get boring. Bano Brothers.
What?
The Bano Brothers.
Yeah, I know he's talking about.
That's Second World War movie.
Yeah,
the D-Day. The Bano Brothers. Then the part 2, the Pacific.
The Pacific's quite good. I've seen that one is.
It's pretty because it's based on true story. So that's especially the Bano Brothers. It's based on true story.
How do you spell it?
Ban, B-A-N, and Brothers.
Oh, Band of Brothers. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What did you think it was?
Banner Brothers. I'm like, what the hell are Banner Brothers?
That's Hulk and his other brother.
Banner. So you should watch that. It's a 10 part series. So it's not bad.
Yeah, but you love this because it's history.
Yes. It's real.
I can tell you guys a show that I just finished that I went, that was a fucking waste of my time, and I'm a nerd. Okay? I'm a self-proclaimed nerd. I am, and I love video games. I love video games. So get this show, right? I watched it. I finished it to the end. And even now, as I talk about it, I'm just like, what the fuck did I watch?
That's
The
how
Witcher.
I feel, Eric. That's how I
It's
feel.
The
You
Witcher.
guys are suck. Yeah. For
The-
telling me watching
I
that.
saw The Witcher, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, and I played The Witcher. All right, I played it. I enjoyed the gameplay, but as I watched it, I just went, I can't. I don't know what I fucking saw. I don't understand. First off, why is the guy's hair white? Second, why is the guy funny? And second, like, why did he have to fall in love with that? Did you guys see The Witcher?
Just
Nah,
we
man,
stopped. Well, I stopped after 4
You're
episodes.
gonna like it. There's a lot of sex scenes there. There's a lot of gory stuff in it.
It's against my religion.
I'm still trying to figure out what religion it is. Keep going, Eric.
Notice how I went quiet there. Just, yeah, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt there. I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is your religion? If you had to, if all right, so clearly we all started as Catholics, right? Because that's our default because of coming from a Filipino household and a culture. But now that we're grown as men, what do you consider your religion to be?
Spock. Devin, you went to Catholic school, Devin?
Yeah, I went to Catholic school.
Did you get molested, Devin?
No. It was a couple of years after that. I think they banned it after that.
He's lost it. He fucking, I've never seen him lose it this way. I've never seen him lose it this way. He fucking lost it.
Because I don't say that shit.
Huh?
I can't. I'm not gonna go through that. I'm talking about it.
You know, the religion. What religion would I consider myself now? Like, I don't like the constructs of the religion, like of the Catholic religion. I don't like how there's rules. Like, there's rules that are in place to show the hierarchy of the. It's like an army, right? But
It's
we're not in.
autocratic.
Yeah, but we're not in an army, right? And then, like, if you don't follow the rules, then you're sinning. And I found it hard to. I'm like, what?
I get that.
I go, well, what is? But like, why? Why am I? If I'm not doing it by your way, why am I breaking the rules? Anyways, and then
Okay.
I love.
That makes sense.
I like if you read the stories in the Bible, there's good in the stories, right? But people have manipulated it to into their to benefit them. But the stories, when they were first created, there was some sort of purity to it, right? There was some sort of like reason why it was written. Because like the stories, there are some stories out there in the libraries, just they have good meanings behind it, but they just didn't make the cut for the Bible. You know what I mean? Like there's stories in the Bible, there's good stories in there. Like if you just read it as stories and then try to gain something from that, all cool. But I don't know how you make that a law.
There's a Genghis Khan, and there's also a Netflix about Genghis Khan. I didn't follow it.
Marco Polo. I
Marco
watched
Polo,
it.
right?
I
But
watched it.
if you read the history of Genghis Khan, because he conquered a lot of Europe all the way to to meet Mongolia, all the way to even Korea. He was able to subdue.
Russia.
So he's the only emperor. I would say emperor this time. Okay, king, because majority because he conquered a lot of country and state. He's the only one who literally go, guys, whatever faith that you have, practice, no problem with me, just follow, obey my rules. But whatever faith, if you're a Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, during that time, practice it. I won't stop you. So he did.
Wow.
So he was,
Yeah.
Genghis
Wow,
Khan,
that's interesting.
Genghis Khan. Yeah, Genghis Khan. So
So-
even though he had a lot of concubines, but all those concubines that he had,
Always.
so he practiced the different ways of faith. But he respected the faith. He said, if you're a Buddhist, sweet. If you're a Christian, Islamic, or Orthodox, go for it. Just follow and obey my rules. So yeah, Genghis Khan.
Interesting.
So because if you think
Interesting.
about it now, every war that consists is still going to go back in religion.
religion. Sure.
Even the Second World War, First World War, you might think, oh, the First World War wasn't about the. No, it was religious based. You know, even the going back to the biblical war or the Old Testament, it's always going to be religion. The crusade. You know, it's always going to be really. You know, the funniest thing, part, if we are going to talk religion, and if you open the Bible, it's all about the Middle East. But think about it. What happened to the Southeast Asia or the Asia part? China's already been built for many years. It wasn't about nothing. Nothing said about the religion. You get me?
Yeah.
So think about this. All the faith that you followed through, majority in the eastern side. But what happened? What I meant to the western side. What happened to the Asia side? It's just been quiet.
Huh.
Nothing.
There,
So nothing
look,
at all.
there's a reason why I asked that question, right? So we were going on about shows. There's another show that I picked up again, and it's The Story of God, narrated by it's hosted by Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Yes. I like
And whenever I watch it, I get affected by it. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, I get always affected by it. I noticed, I saw the first season. I didn't see the second season. I watched it yesterday.
It's an old one, yeah.
Yeah, it was made 2017, and it the thing I liked about Morgan Freeman is he's not biased. He actually goes through every touching onto what you were saying there
Oh,
is
yeah.
yeah,
I've seen this.
he goes to every part of the world, and he actually like looks into
Open.
different religions. Yeah, he's very open-minded. Now, there was something that really, when I was watching, I watched it last night, and I there was a part that was very confronting. Like, I was so affected by it.
Wow.
So in Phuket, there's this religion called Masong. All right, and they have this festival, and what it is there's a medium, and in Masong, they have lots of gods, right? And so the guy comes in, and the guy that was there, Morgan Freeman doesn't go with him, but I think it was a psychologist or a psychiatrist. So he goes in there, and they go into an altar, and there's heaps of gods. And then a medium comes, and then the medium essentially says that they're gonna need a conduit, another person, and that person will be embodying one of the gods here. And then as they go into the ceremony, the medium's holding this person, and the person goes into a crazy trance, right? They just go like hitting, fucking going nuts, and going all that, right? Once they fucking go into that shit, right? They sit down, and then they fucking start piercing fucking needles into their cheeks and fucking.
Yeah, I've seen it's Shocking Asia. This is Shocking Asia. I've seen this one too.
I was like, what the fuck? You know, like, and the funny thing is, when they're piercing, there's no blood. There's no blood.
Oh, wow.
And it's because they go into the trance state. And I remembered when I was doing NOP, and I was looking into that medium, and I'm like, all right, so you're getting them into this crazy state. What is this crazy state? So essentially, you're almost like hypnotizing them and getting them into that. But they're saying that. Who am I to criticize this? It was just an observation. But a god will embody you, and when the god embodies you, you start piercing shit through your mouth. And that makes me think, okay, so when you go into that state, I could see you're almost going into a flow state because you center your body to be able to put yourself through that. And you see these people, they've got swords, things sticking up, and it's a procession. They walk through things. It's a crowded area. God forbid somebody trips and then trips you and then cuts your whole mouth open. I don't know. And it just, when I was observing about this show, every religion practices some sort of flow.
Are we talking about rapping?
No, flow, you silly. Yeah. Eric.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It was just an like it was just interesting that for every religion, they've got that. They go into a state where they say that they connect to the divine. And you know how I keep going on about this whole thing with flow state, which is the highest transcendence of man. Maybe it's not actually about us going into a religious cause. It's actually us trying to get to that state on a regular basis. Because when you're at that state, you're essentially godlike.
Mushroom, shroom, 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 shroom. I think that's the idea, brother. Take a mushroom. Devin shaking his head.
Yeah. When they go into this state. So are you saying, so if with all this information that you have, and do you agree with that? Do you agree with, like, is that something you've seen or you believe in? Like with the way that so going back to your earlier question, if you were if you were to describe the religion that you are or that you believe in, would that have to be a part of that? Would you have to be in a certain flow to be like to believe in something?
Not necessarily. I don't think so. But I think the end game for every human being is to experience some sort of flow in their life.
Mm.
You know, I think that's the end game, because anybody that's dictated or said that they're in some look, you went for a run today. You went 21K. You had to before you did that, all right? I know for a fact I do a 4K run. Before I do a 4K run, I have to prepare myself. Yeah. I have to get myself into that mindset. Right? You need to get into a flow before you do that. Hi, ate! Hi, Lola! Oh, anong kakainin natin mamaya? Kayo maingay! Iingay nyo! Huwag kayo maingay! Tayo, sinag flashlight mo. Sinag mo ba yung pusod mo? Kasi sakol ka na, sakol!
Can I hear you? Can I hear Eric?
Thank God. Now, going back into that, from the religious facet, I was thinking about, because we're talking about religion, right? Let's talk about Emily Rose. I was thinking about this. I was watching. I was watching Emily Rose, right? I was watching Emily Rose.
What's Emily Rose?
The exorcism of Emily Rose. Check it.
The exorcism. I can't.
Okay. Now
I can't stand that. Oh, I saw that.
Close.
Oh, close more. Close.
So the exorcism of Emily Rose. Now, in a scenario, it was based on a Christianity Catholic person who when a priest is tried to take off the exorcism or did the exorcism, get the evil spirit. I was making a laugh. What if Ip Man was here doing this? You know, taking the exorcism. You know, he's just doing all this move, right? So as a Buddhist, so because he was doing all putting the cross, and just imagine Ip Man's the one who's like the Buddhist priest in there. Man, that would be the best, rather than just a normal priest with the cross and the Bible.
I don't get it. I don't get it. They did a real exorcism with Emily Rose.
It's based on true story. So apparently she was exorcised. An
exercise.
Evil. Yeah.
And then what happened? Did she die?
I think she died.
So
yeah,
there's so many movies about her.
Oh man.
They just keep remaking and about her.
I know. I don't want to talk about it. Like.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Because I clearly have other people in my household. I've been told by some people that you don't talk about things like that in your own home because you're dealing with spirits.
Darius.
Ip Man.
I don't.
Ip Man.
All right.
So you know my brother, my younger brother, he explored the dark web. I'm freaking scared to go into the dark
Just
web.
go. I've explored the dark web.
I don't.
There's a site I went to.
Right, let me finish where I'm going with this, right? So he explored the dark web, and he told me that when he got really into it, he felt like somebody was always watching him.
Yeah.
I can't do it, man.
It's in your mind. Of course,
I can't
it's
do
in
it.
your mind. Remember, that's why you got a BPN.
Nah.
Guys, remember when you go to dark web, the government will always gonna try to find where you are, who you're, because they want to know which site do you go into. Okay, if you go into all those stupid shit, like we're talking about, what's the right word? Look, even buying drugs, they will try to find who you are, right? But if you're just gonna go to the site like the hunting site or the haunted site, man, that's great to go. I went to a lot of sites like that. Man, I don't know if I freaked out. I said, this is cool. This is cool.
Eric, wait. I think Eric's got a different meaning. So when you said look, someone's watching you, are you talking about a spiritual being or the government?
He didn't mention, but his missus really suffered because she felt like she felt like she was being hunted, and it happened on the day that he went on the dark web, and we talked about it for quite a bit, and
Wow.
after that, I'm like, I naturally have a daughter now, and I said to him, "You don't fucking go in the dark web, motherfucker. If anything happens to my household, I will choke the fuck out of you and make sure you sleep."
Eric.
So
No, Eric, you
Eric,
gotta think
you
about
know-
the dark web is pretty good, right, guys?
no,
The reason, you know who designed the dark web. If you're gonna read the history, look, internet was designed by the military. Then to have another encryption, who decided to do the dark web?
I know. Tell us.
The
I
government
don't know.
military again, the US Army again. Okay, guys, the dark web is to transmit another encryption data, literally just sending messages. This is the way for you can't literally. That's the reason why, and the dark web became much popular. For example, to young kids who are who wanted to know. Okay, let's buy drugs. This is the best way to the Silk Road. There's the right. You can get everything you want in there. There are sites that it's not on the top 10% because the internet is only 10%. The dark web, it's literally fucking phenomenal. But you gotta have.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
But I said I only go there for a reason, like I was going the haunted site. When I'm going to the
God,
Silk Road.
Well, I don't get it. Why can't you find haunted sites on normal websites?
Dude, you can, but you gotta check the real shit.
Yeah, because
Well-
in the dark web, there's no
But
no
I don't
holds
get it.
barred there.
Yes,
There's no limit.
Yeah, but the haunted sites. Are you saying you saw real ghosts?
I didn't feel anything. I just laughed. I go, oh shit.
Yeah, but
something
did you?
just-
Were they videoing real ghosts?
Bro, I went to one site, right? This is in Japan. This I forgot the island. Check on your Google right now.
Yeah.
An uninhabited island right now, haunted island in Japan.
Yeah.
Literally, they put a lot of sensors and CCTV,
Yeah.
IP direct for darknet, and literally a lot of people follow this. And I said, all right, let's check it out. I just thought this is boring shit. Nothing's going on.
And then.
Then I went. I was like, well, I read all the comments. Oh, did you feel that? Did you see that? I said, what the fuck, this guy? Is this guy alive?
Why? You know what I want to ask? Why is there? I don't know if it's just our culture, but why do Filipinos want to see haunted stuff? Like my friend on his birthday, right?
Momo.
Yeah, more like he goes on
White lady.
on my birthday, right? Not my birthday. On his birthday, he's like, "All right, guys, I'm gonna everyone come to my house." We went to his house, and just 2 carloads went to the cemetery. This is where he wanted to have his birthday, and I said, "Bro, what's wrong with you?" And he goes, "No, I want you to feel the energy there."
Going back to Eric, I'm gonna tell you something, Eric. I think 2 weeks ago, we were discussing about you growing up in Baguio, then the earthquake. What year was that? Where you had an earthquake?
1990, July 16, 1990.
A lot of people died in Baguio on that one. Am I correct?
I was there.
You're right.
I
Am I
was
correct?
there.
There's a lot of apparently in Baguio. There's a lot of haunted place.
Yeah,
now
there is.
due to the earthquake, right? So I went back to Baguio. I try as much as I can. I'll travel there. It's a few hours drive. But I said, let's go to haunted place. Man, I don't see it. There's nothing in there. I don't feel any. I want to open my third eye. The only third eye I'm looking for is porn. There's nothing in there.
Your third eye opens when you go to the toilet and your poo comes out.
Yeah. It's like everyone just talk about all my friends that I've met in the fields. There's a white lady. I said, I hope she's freaking good looking white lady. I swear I'm gonna ask her out. I swear to God.
Oh,
all,
die.
all I gotta say is be careful what you wish for. I for one, I don't want any of that. I want to stay away
I'll-
from all of that.
So, check out the. You can look in the third eye.
No.
It's like I wanna open here. Open here. You know, there's a third eye also here. There's in the palm and in here. So I'm trying to. I'm trying to go.
Bro, how does that work out with your third eye when you're jacking off then?
It's illusion. It's blurred.
Yep. All right. Are
All
we
right.
wrapping this?
Yep.
We're done. All right.
All right. Buck on, fuckers.
Buck on, fuckers. Bye.
Don't be fat! Please, get your hands!
Bye.
See you guys then.
See you guys. Goodbye.